The Bill of Rights by the RBE Library. You may be familiar with the first words of the U.S. Constitution, "We the people of the United States." Those words show that the new government was for the good of the people, but it did not include any rights for them. The Bill of Rights may well be the most celebrated part of the Constitution of the United States, the home to long-cherished guarantees of Americans' most fundamental rights and freedoms: freedom of speech, freedom of religion, freedom of the press, the right to bear arms, freedom from imprisonment without a fair trial, and so on. But the Bill of Rights wasn't even included in the original document signed in Philadelphia in the summer of 1787. Many of the framers of the Constitution, James Madison foremost among them, originally believed that no Bill of Rights was necessary, that the structure of limited government with its internal checks and balances created by the Constitution would ensure that individuals' liberties would always be protected. But as the debate unfolded over whether or not to ratify the Constitution, many Americans began to see an official Bill of Rights as more and more important. 5 states all agreed to ratify the Constitution only on the condition that the delegations of the new Congress immediately seek to create a Bill of Rights. The 10 amendments, now known as the Bill of Rights, were ratified and went into effect in 1791. The First Amendment guarantees freedom of religion, speech, and the press. It also gives people the rights to assemble peacefully and to complain directly to the government. What does this mean? It means you have the right to worship in any way you wish. Freedom of speech in the press means that you can say or write your opinion. This amendment also protects your right to meet with other people for any reason. You have the right to tell elected officials what you like and don't like. The Second Amendment states that people have the right to bear arms or weapons to establish a militia. What does this mean? People disagree over this issue. Some believe this amendment gives individuals the right to own guns. Others believe it grants the states' right to defend themselves. American colonists once had to let British soldiers stay in their homes. So the Third Amendment says no one has to house a soldier in times of peace. The Fourth Amendment says that the government may not search citizens' homes or take their property without a reason. This means that the government or police need a judge's permission to search someone's house. The Fifth Amendment gives many important rights to citizens accused of a crime. It says that a person is innocent until proven guilty. No person can be tried for the same crime twice. No property can be taken by the government without payment. You may also have heard of people taking the Fifth. Sometimes people are forced to testify in court. For some people, telling the truth might force them to say something that could get them arrested. The Fifth Amendment allows these people to refuse to testify. The Sixth, Seventh, and Eighth Amendments list rights related to trials. A person has the right to a speedy trial with a jury. A jury is a group of citizens chosen to rule on evidence in a trial. People have the right to have a lawyer. A court cannot force people to pay fines that are too large for the crime. These amendments help innocent people to avoid going to jail. They also ensure that guilty people are not punished too harshly. The Ninth Amendment states that the rights in the Constitution are not the only rights available to people. This means that Americans have more rights than those stated in the Bill of Rights. The 10th Amendment states that the federal government gets only the rights that the Constitution gives it. All other rights belong to the states or to the people. The Bill of Rights gives many important rights to all Americans. The work that the founders started 200 years ago protects people of every race and religion, and it promises that U.S. citizens will remain free, and that includes you.